Diane Beal, she is the Silver Maven mentors women who are over 50 to rebrand their life to align with their expertise, passions, gifts, and desires. Okay, you got to get aligned with your passions, gifts, and desires. She mentors them to create a woman manifesto, their customized, comprehensive roadmap for life, so they can let go of the old roles and expectations, find renewed purpose, and make this the best stage of their life. You know, sometimes people, when their life is changing and evolving, you know, it's like, man, I'm just ready to just call it quits. Man, she's helping people to make this the best stage of your life. It doesn't have to be the worst stage. And Life by Design provides unwelcome challenges for self-discovery and awakening to unrecognized potential. And Diane's unwelcome challenges inspired her to create and to hone the Women Manifesto Bootcamp, and it transformed her life. Now, you know, a former Marine, former drill instructor, I might have to come to that boot camp. Since 2011, she's been helping women navigate life with calm, clarity, and confidence. Would you put your hands together and welcome Miss Diane Beal? Welcome, Diane.
Well, thank you for that introduction, CL. It's certainly my pleasure to be here. And I want to begin by expressing my generosity to Bettina. You have certainly empowered my life, and I want to express my gratitude for that. And also, as an expression of saying happy birthday, support your charity for helping Naomi in rearing her child. So I think that's a wonderful way to celebrate your birthday, and I want to be a part of that. So thank you for that opportunity. And in my presentation today, I want to offer a simple secret that you may not have considered when you encounter your unwelcome situations in life. What are the unwelcome situations in your life? Are you trying to figure out what's next in life for you? Are you facing health challenges? Are you struggling with your finances? Or is there constant turmoil in your work and your personal life? Are you grieving the loss, maybe of a loved one, of a relationship, of a job, a career, or even a lifestyle? Or perhaps you just need more fun and joy in your life, or you desire to be more alive, authentic, and connected with like-minded people. Or perhaps you're yearning to make a difference in the world and live the life that's calling you. Well, I've experienced all of these unwelcome situations. And if you remember nothing else that I say today, please remember that each and all of these unwelcome situations transformed my life. With your permission, I'd like to use myself as an example to share 3 practical strategies that I learned from my experience and from my research. I've researched this topic more thoroughly than my doctoral dissertation. So I invite you to use these strategies to embrace and to reframe the unwelcome situations in your life. Why? So you can make this time in life the best time. It can be the best time for those who are willing to let go of old roles, expectations, and a renewed purpose. I'm going to count down from 3 to 1 because number 1 is the game-changing strategy. Strategy number 3 is my identity had expired. So what do I mean by this? Up until my 50s, my focus had been on education, on career, on family, and community service. But now, the question that was demanding an answer was, who am I now that I'm in this new stage of life? And why is this important? Well, what I now know is the unwelcome situations in my health, in my work, in my wealth, in my relationships, and in my identity were my opportunity to discover myself in a new way and to awaken to potential that I didn't know that I had. It was an opportunity for me to align my life at age 50 plus with my passions, with my gifts, my desires, and my expertise. So, how did I create this new identity? I began by distinguishing between the voices of my gremlin and the champion. The gremlin is that inner critic, that voice that goes on in our heads and that hates change. The purpose of the gremlin is to protect us from making any changes in life. The gremlin tries to stop us from reaching our potential. It's not possible to reason with the gremlin. On the other hand, our champion is that inner guidance, it's that inner wisdom. And the purpose of the champion is to protect us by encouraging and supporting us to be our best self. The champion tells us the truth no matter what the consequences. And the champion always wants the best for us. So I've created this exercise to help us to discern our mindset. When are we listening to the gremlin and when are we listening to the champion? Because the fact is we have both of these voices going on in our heads all the time. So where does your gremlin show up most frequently and most loudly? And what are your gremlin's favorite conversations? What physical sensations are you aware of when the gremlin shows up? And most importantly, what is the lie that the gremlin would most like for you to believe about yourself? On the other hand, describe one or more life experiences when your champion was present for you. In what areas of your life could you use your champion? And what is your champion saying to you right now? Strategy number 2 is I had desire dementia. And what do I mean by desire dementia? The question that was demanding an answer was, what do you really want, Diane? What are you going to do with the rest of your life? And why is this important? It's very important because everything in my life came up for review. My unwelcome situations led to restlessness, to irritability, to anxiety, to anger and discontent with my current situation. So how did I decide what I really want? First, I cleared my limiting beliefs in terms of identifying the voices of my gremlin and champion. But then I cleared my tolerations, my incompletes, and my messes. And what this did was to create space for new ways of being, for new relationships and environments that nurture my passions, my gifts, my desires, and my expertise. In this exercise, I've identified some examples of tolerations, messes, and incompletes. And in this exercise, I invite you to identify yours and identify which ones of the tolerations, messes, and incompletes in your life that you will clear. What will you do to clear them? When will you do it? And what will it create in your life? Now, here's the game changer. I had no Womanifesto. And what is a Womanifesto? It's a customized roadmap for life after 50. And why is having one so important? It's because it orders my priorities. I know what to say yes to, and I know what to say no to. It helps me to unhook from those thoughts and actions that no longer serve my highest good, those thoughts and actions that come from the gremlin. It allows me to align my life with my passions, gifts, desires, and expertise. I can overcome my overwhelm. I can navigate life with calm, with clarity, and with confidence, and therefore make this season of life the best time of life for me. So, how can you create your Womanifesto? First of all, every Womanifesto is unique. This one is mine. It includes the toolkit of resources that I have developed over the years to help my clients customize their Womanifesto so it can be completed more effectively and more efficiently. And we use these tools in my Womanifesto Bootcamp. But what I'd like you to know is there are many ways to complete a Womanifesto. What I'd like to show you now is a summary of how I embody my Womanifesto. I offer it simply to stimulate your creativity in completing your Womanifesto. And what I'd like to do now is to demonstrate how you can create your own Womanifesto. It's a very simple process. I recommend using mindmeister.com to create your Womanifesto. It is a free tool. Mind mapping is a very popular tool that can be used for many purposes, but for creating a Womanifesto, it's very simple. And most importantly, there's no cost associated with it because you can create up to 3 mind maps at no cost using mindmeister.com. So to create your Womanifesto, it's very simple. Simply go to the plus sign, create a new mind map, and I'm going to call this Diane's Womanifesto. Click enter, and then the plus sign. And based upon the examples that we've explored in this presentation, the first child is called Who Am I Now? Enter, click the plus sign. And in this one, we did the gremlin and champion exercise. And here, you would simply type in your responses, create additional links as your Womanifesto evolves. Now we go back to the base here, and then we would click the plus now, and we would say, what do I really want? Enter, click the plus sign, and then we would take a look at the tolerations, incompletes, and messes responses. And once again, we would then enter our results here. And then finally, we could say, how will I embody my Womanifesto? And here again, I want to emphasize that every Womanifesto will be different. MindMaster is just one tool that can be used. Some people will prefer journaling. Others may prefer some other form of art. But the idea is to stimulate your creativity to respond to the various exercises that help to determine who you are now, what you really want, and how you will embody your Womanifesto. The Womanifesto is a tool that can be used for the rest of your life. There will be situations that will require modifying it. For example, there may be a relocation or a health challenge, but in essence, the Womanifesto becomes a roadmap that can be adjusted as situations change. I find that I created my Womanifesto years ago, and very little of the fundamentals have changed. As my situation has evolved, I've made minor adjustments to it. But again, it helps me to know what to say yes to and what to say no to. It helps me order my priorities, and it helps me to embody the best person that I can be at this age and stage of my life so that I can live the best possible life. Because my experience is this age and stage of life is one of the best opportunities for living the life that's calling us. In summary, I encourage you to welcome your unwelcome change and trust that your journey is unfolding to awaken you to deeper self-discovery and unrecognized potential. In terms of next steps, I'd love to connect with you. Let's discuss the unwelcome changes in your life. I offer a complimentary consultation for women who are 50 plus. Simply schedule your conversation with me at thesilvermaven.com. And you can also scan the QR code that's on the screen. Again, reach out to me at thesilvermaven.com. And I thank you for the gift of your time.